What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the show. Great day to be a Buckeye. Great week to be a Buckeye. It's just a great time to be a Buckeye, man. National champs, dominating on the field, dominating in the recruiting arena. Just a lot of momentum right now. Chat, appreciate you guys for joining. I see you in there. Same show I tried to start the other day, but the hotel internet would not let me. Well, here we are. Got a fire show planned for you guys. Got a guest joining tonight. Not a guest. I don't even know why I said that, man. Got Funky joining us the show tonight. Gonna go over the UCLA game and our thoughts there, the 2026 recruiting updates and the 2027 recruiting updates. So if you like following recruiting, you're gonna need a pen and paper because we're going over quite a bit tonight. This run we're going on, it's pretty wild. But without further ado, let's get Funky in here, man. Definitely need help with tonight's show. What's good, Funky?
What's up, Dev? Yeah, good to be here. The Buckeyes are 10-0. I woke up feeling like a national champion this morning, and feels like I could be saying that for another year is looking like at this point. I mean, the Ohio State officially dipped under that plus 200 mark to win the national title, plus 180 to win the national title, Devin. That's
Yeah.
insane. That is, uh, we this team is special, and I don't know if people are really, really realizing that, or people just really don't want to admit it, because this is a special team. And when I mean special, this team could go down as one of the greatest college football teams of all time, point blank, period. And most of the time, you really can't say that until the end of the year, but you could really notice it while it's happening. People said it about 2019 LSU around this time, and all the great teams. So we'll see if the Buckeyes can finish the job, but so far so good, and I'm really just appreciating it while it's still here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful time to be a Buckeye, man. It's wild. You can tell the Buckeye fatigue in the national media is just it's getting out of control. We saw the Indiana comeback, the talk after that, then Texas A&M. Marcel Reed gets his team down by what was the score, 31 to nothing or something, 31 to 10 or something, and has to come back. And everybody's talking about them. Everybody wants to talk about how the Buckeyes haven't played anybody. They haven't been tested. They're dominating everybody is why. They are absolutely dominating everybody on the field. Julian saying doesn't screw up to the point where he needs to make a comeback. I feel like that's just the most obvious thing that there is. And right now, the people that have that opinion or people that have that take on Ohio State football, I don't know. It's like listening to a little kid try to talk about football at this point in time. It's very, I'm not even frustrated about it anymore. I just laugh that people actually want to get on and try to use that as a thing to try to belittle what Ohio State and Ryan Day are doing this year because they're dominating everybody in front of them. They're trying to say they're not that good of a team. Make that make sense, somebody, please.
Yeah, no, I mean it's literally domination too. And when you look at yesterday, we didn't give up a true entire game, because even on that one touchdown drive, it was a bunch of second stringers. And the entire game was a bunch of second stringers. This was another glorified scrimmage for the Buckeyes. I mean, we're really we were experimenting, giving a bunch of freshmen playing time on the D line, at linebacker, at cornerback. So just another. And it's just crazy, because you're not supposed to dominate like this, Dev. We make it look easy, and becomes an expectation for Ohio State to be a 30-point favorite in Big Ten play throughout the entire month of November. But that's just not how it's supposed to be. I mean, look at our buddies up north, and they just had a pretty gritty win versus at Michigan State. I mean, that game was in question a lot. They had to get some pretty fortunate
Northwestern.
rep. I'm sorry, I was going back a few weeks, but they got agreed
Yeah.
with at Michigan State, and then a 5-point win at home versus Purdue, and then the walk-off field goal win versus Northwestern. So teams are supposed to struggle. Yeah, I mean, you're literally supposed to struggle in college football. That's every single team in the nation has had their struggles with a team or two this year. And Ohio State, we just haven't. People love posting the Texas score from week one, but if you're actually watching that game, there was never a moment in time where you thought, "Oh, we're gonna lose this game." It was never that. Like, with Ohio State was in good control the entire game. Never had a below like 70% chance of losing in the second half. We haven't trailed for a second in the second half. We've never even been down. I don't think we've even been down a touchdown this year, Dev. I think the most we've been
Yeah.
down is like a field goal. So, I mean, just complete domination, and I mean, frankly insane. And this is not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
This is not what's
The
supposed to happen in
Texas
college football. So, oh no, you can go, W.
Yeah, I was going to say the Texas score was 14-0 because that's what Ryan Day wanted the score to be. He did not try to score any more points because that's all they needed to score to win the game. But anyway, Buckeyes went on to dominate UCLA, what we expected, 10-48. The first half absolutely dominated. Obviously, the Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith stuff was going rampant. They're going to probably rest for the Rutgers game, but they are okay. Everything is fine. They're going to play in the games where we need them to play. But man, this game, you talk about for the people that had the takes with the offensive line and stuff. I understand the offensive line had things to work on, but there were people taking it too far. If you're somebody that said, "Oh, Tegra's not doing good," I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the people that wanted to make a huge scene about how bad our offensive line is. Man, they're not feeling too hot right now because the offensive line dominated. The running backs dominated the game as well. Julian Sane came out and had to throw to a bunch of different wide receivers. And quite frankly, did a good job. I've seen some takes, Funky, about these receivers, Mylan Graham, Quincy Porter, and other receivers coming out and struggling. That's not my take. I don't think they came out and struggled. Yes, they had a couple drop passes and stuff, but we're talking about wide receivers that don't get much playing time, thrown in the action, and they got the job done. They won the game, right? I mean, let's go down here. Mylan Graham had 3 receptions for 40 yards. Bryson Rogers, 2 for 27. Quincy Porter, 1 for 14. I mean, I think they did a well job. I just think the expectations are so high in that receiver room, right? That people want to kind of nitpick a little bit, kind of like the offensive line. I mean, Gabe Van Sickle came in, absolutely killed the game. Did really, really well. Tegra's snaps are finally, he had 24. Gabe had 40 some, I believe. So obviously, I think that transition is starting to happen. But I love this. This is the second week in a row where we've got the depth, a lot of run, okay? And the only complaints coming out of these games are people complaining about our depth pieces not looking like starters. And it's like, what are we doing? They're not supposed to look like starters. They don't get the experience that these starters get, right? But they're out there learning, making mistakes now because this is where they need to learn. They need to make these mistakes so they can learn throughout the process. But offensively, like I said, Funky, Bo Jackson, Isaiah West, James Peoples coming on as well. I absolutely love it. This was his best game of his career. The last game was also his best game. He's really, really coming on. But Bo Jackson and Isaiah West are the 2 best running backs on this team. I did want to mention something real fast. I got to give a shout out to B Moses, right? Because Funky, you're on my side on this one. We would always say, here's the order of the running backs: Bo Jackson, Isaiah West, James Peoples, then CJ. Well, B jumped in and said, yo, CJ is number 3 for sure because of pass protection. Well, what did the Buckeyes struggle with this game more than anything? Pass protection. But what did the Buckeyes do better more than anything? Run the ball. Who didn't play? CJ Donaldson did not play. So it sounds like that was a spot on take to say CJ is good at pass protection, but he's not the best, but he's probably the 4th running back in terms of getting yards on the field. Funky, got anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that sense, but I thought the freshmen did a better job in pass pro. I mean, they have to learn somehow, you know. I would hate for their first game to learn would be next year on the road at Texas. That'd just be pretty unfair for them. So good to see them, you know, get some in-game real reps protecting Jillian this year, just so they can learn off it as well, because you don't really do that in high school. So your first game reps really do come into college, which is a weird thing to think about, but it's just the truth of it, the truth of the matter. I really, really liked how Luke Montgomery played. during the game. I think Luke had one of his best games of his Buckeye career. I think a lot of those offensive linemen played really well, but especially that left side, Austin Sierreveld and Luke Montgomery. I think they played exceptionally well, and was even though Austin got called for that phantom holding. And I agree with your take on the wide receivers. Just, I mean, unrealistic expectations for any wide receiver that plays at Ohio State right away. Like, if you're not a superstar from the jump and you could noticeably jump off the screen and be a first round draft pick, then we don't want you. I mean, fans were about ready to quit on Emeka, and now Emeka is one of the top wide receivers in the NFL, first round pick. You redrafted that draft, he probably goes top 10, top 5, maybe. I mean, he's definitely the first wide receiver taken in that draft. Draft ahead of Travis Hunter for sure. So just I think we're in a really good spot. And what Ryan Day is doing is probably masterful. I mean, he learned a lot from last year. So I assume this year he made the right adjustments to lower snap counts, keep guys healthy, and be ready to explode in the playoffs. So I guess we'll just have to see how that turns out in the playoffs. But I'm just excited to get there. These next two games are they're equally important in terms of getting to the playoffs. We got to win one of them to clinch our spot in the playoffs. So once we get the 11th win and we clinch the playoffs, I'll be a happy fella and be looking forward to going to the Buckeyes playoff games, because I'm going to go to them, Devin. Because think about it, even if we lose, I mean, I'm a man of hypotheticals, Dev. So let's just go with this. If we lose the Michigan, where are we going to drop to? 4, max 4. We're not dropping below Texas Tech. We're not dropping below Texas Tech. We're not dropping below Alabama or any of these other 2-loss teams. So we probably drop to 4, still get a bye. And then who knows? That could be the better spot. We don't really know. There's no difference between 4 and 1, really, because 4 has to play 1 and 1 has to play 4. So just an interesting thing to think about, Dev. But I'm just really excited, looking forward to the Buckeyes football this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick shout outs real fast. You guys know I'm a fan of PFF. Phillip Daniels, the highest rated offensive lineman on the field, both in run and pass blocking. Struggles a little bit sometimes in pass blocking, but PFF has him rated high. Austin Sierreveld as well. Luke Montgomery, Carson Hinsman, those guys all did well. Defensively, we saw a lot of second stringers. And a lot of the depth, get a lot of run out there. I love seeing that. These young guys getting in there. Riley Pettyjohn was out there playing as well. Fahim Delane, Caleb Downs didn't play the second half. Love seeing that. Devin Sanchez still in there doing his thing, learning. He's been I've seen some people, take some shots there because the expectations, again, it's like the receiver conversation, Funky. When Mylan Graham gets out there, misses one pass, people want to go in hard. Devin Sanchez, he's had a couple moments of struggling this year. He's a freshman. It's going to happen. These are the moments that these coaches use to get him better, man, right? Eli Apple, great example there. What is he, a first-round draft pick?
Yep.
Did he look very good when he first came out as a Buckeye? No, he didn't. I'll go ahead and let you right now. He did not look good. But defensively, Funky, we held them to 50 yards. The starters did before they started rotating in and out a lot. 50 yards, Funky. 52 total yards. I don't think I need to say much else. Tywone Malone killed it again, did well in there. Caden McDonald. Dude, there's nothing else to say. I feel like we keep repeating ourselves, this defense, but you know what it is. It's
Caden McDonald looked like Caden McDonald looked like a first round pick. Like he looked insane yesterday. And I mean, I really do want to stress that point, like you said, about the cornerbacks. I mean, especially, Fahim Delane played. You didn't notice him yesterday, which was a good thing. I thought he played an exceptional game as a freshman. And I know out of high school, Ohio State was extremely high on this kid. Him, Jarquez Carter were two of the most highly praised kids in that recruiting class that were seemingly underrated by the recruiting services, because we were told Fahim Delane's the number one target at safety, and Jarquez Carter was, top 10, top 5 in that defensive tackle room in the nation for the Buckeyes. So it's good to see those two kids play well. And then, like you said about Devin Sanchez, he's been playing a ton as a freshman on this defense that has I mean, superstars all over the place. So the play at Ohio State this year as a freshman is just shows you what Ohio State thinks of the kid, and and of course, uh, there's going to be moments, and you're going to have moments your freshman year, but it's nothing like. I mean, everyone has their moments. Lorenzo Style had his moments of struggle, and he's a fifth year senior guy. So of course, the freshman is going to have, those times, and it's nothing like some of the. I think some of the PI calls have been really, really soft too. The late games, chucks it up to the opposing team sidelines, and so I think a lot of it is not even fully his fault. And I mean, they really put him in the fighters starting week one. You got to remember he was playing in that
Yeah.
Texas game, like in the last drive of the Texas game. So I mean, they really do trust the kid, and I'm excited to watch his development because he's no doubt on that fast track to be a first round draft pick in 2 years. So we'll lifetime. But my money's on Devin, and I'm excited to watch his development. Continue to play. He'll
Yeah.
play in the playoffs. He'll play in the whatever. Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that's the thing about this defense. I think this defense is so good because they play as a unit, right? There's so many things out there that, I mean, we're talking about Devin. I'll bring up Devin. There's so many things out there that Devin does good that's off ball or not on the screen. The ball doesn't get thrown his way every time. Why not? Because he's doing the right thing, right? When the ball gets thrown your way, everything's right on you. But this defense plays so well because they all play as a unit, man. It goes back to that brotherhood thing. I mean, you look at all the playmakers on this defense, it's kind of wild. But a couple offensive stats, and we'll move on to some recruiting news. Julian Sam threw a horrible 74% completion rate. Not even sure if he's going to be the starting quarterback next week or not. We'll see. That's a joke. A joke to some overreactions. I heard Julian say it's just fine. If his bad day is 74%, 184 yards for 23 for 31 with one touchdown, I'll take it. Bo Jackson averaged 7.5. Isaiah West, 7.6. James Peoples, 7. I already read to you guys the wide receiver thing. Just the team operating at a high level. Another game where we can learn and grow as a team. The coaches can try to work out different things, just like this running game. And it looks like some things are getting worked out. Funky, any final thoughts? Let's dive into what I'm pumped to talk about, man. And that's the Buckeyes on this recruiting trail. But final thoughts on the game, Funky.
Final thoughts. Just appreciate while it's still here, and I'm excited to watch us beat up on Rutgers. And yeah, I expect Carnell to play. Dev, just want to get that out there. I expect Carnell to play. Don't expect JJ to play, but was told don't bet on JJ not playing. So it's not confirmed he's not playing, but I was told Carnell is playing. So just want to get out there now. I've reported on the scoop on the board, got the latest intel on their injuries posted. So you want to hear the in-depth what I'm hearing from inside the Woody, then go check out BuckeyeScoop.com, and they'll go very much in depth into what was actually happening, because that information is 100 out of 100% correct. So
Yeah, when you see on Twitter somebody say that Carnell Tate is out for the season, the best place you can go is to the Buckeye Scoop message board and find out the truth real quick. We had that one nailed down immediately. I mean, absolutely immediately. Not only that, if you follow the Buckeye Scoop message board, me, Funky, a couple other people on there, there's been some recruits. We're going to start with the 2026 class. A lot to go over, so we'll start there. We told you who was going to commit. There's still a couple more out there. The Buckeyes have now successfully flipped 10 recruits in this class. 10. They flipped 10 recruits, which is absolutely insane. Just got Dre Quinn. I got good information on Thursday that he was going to end up being a Buckeye. Turns out that was correct. Funky, same thing. Just got a tight end, Nick Latour from Lebanon, Ohio. I want to play Dre Quinn's a highlight, some highlights I got from him, because if I see people talk about his size and his rating and all that, just watch this. This is the first 5 games of this year. Let's pay attention to what he does. The dude's elite, very good defensive end, plays for a top program in the nation in Buford. So he's absolutely doing his thing. There's some other recruits we're keeping an eye on. Funky, CJ Borno. I'm going to let you go in on him. You did some deep diving today on him and pulled up some remarkable stuff. I want you to talk about Braxton Lambert as well, the linebacker. As of right now, the Buckeyes sit in 6th place. If we sign CJ Borno and Braxton Lambert, we will go up to the number 5 class in the nation. And spoiler alert, we're going to sign CJ and Braxton, but give it their time. They'll make that announcement when they make it. Another one, Funky, I just want to mention who was there. Darius McKinley, 6'3", 270, the number 488th player nationally, was there on a visit as well. Keep an eye on him. I believe he's an LSU commit, but the Buckeyes are up to some mischief right now. Dominic McKinley is his brother. Dominic was the number 18 player nationally in the 2024 class who officially visited the Buckeyes in June. So we'll see Dominic pick up Darius, possibly get Dominic in the portal come January. We will see. It sounded like the Buckeyes have a decent shot there. So what these Buckeyes are doing right now, just in the 26 class, is insane. And they have taken off the safety wheels, man. They are playing the game, and the rest of the nation is not going to like what these Buckeyes turn into on the recruiting trail, but they did it to themselves, Funky. What's up with the 26th class?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start with what happened this weekend. We got commits from Drake Quinn and the tight end, the in-state tight end, correct? Is that the only
Nick
two
Latour?
2026 commits?
Yep, this weekend,
Yeah,
yes.
Drake Quinn, what a get that was. I mean, what a get Drake Quinn was. That one was probably the least confident about one of like the main recruits that we had on that we were having on campus this weekend, or at least for me personally. Devin was a
Yeah.
little more had more little better information than I did on that one. He was more confident than I was. Ended up being right, nailed that one. But I was not extremely confident. I thought this was still going to be a dog fight with Tennessee and Texas, since I know how much of a priority a pass Georgia area is for these schools. But he ends up committing to the Buckeyes at 6 a.m. my time. So I gotta wake up and open up my phone and saw Drake Quinn committed, and I thought I was still dreaming. It was early, but and what a great addition. And it's those are the players that you get that really flip your recruiting class, because he's going to rise a lot in the rankings. He's a 4-star or a high 3-star depending on the site, but he'll end up being a solid 4-star because his offer list doesn't lie. And kids like with those offers, and the kid like Miami wanted him, Tennessee wanted him, Texas wanted him. Those kids are studs, and I was very excited about that. And we got our tight end back, an in-state tight end. I love taking an in-state tight end, and the kid got an offer within like 24 hours committed. So the kid wants to be a Buckeye, and I appreciate that. And I'm excited. Athletic kid. He camped at Ohio State, was impressive. Louisville commit for a while. So very much a good enough prospect that is looking forward to his time at Columbus and seeing how we can develop these tight ends, because we use them, but I think we have a little better tight end news coming too. That's not the end of the good tight end news, Devin, but we can stay in 2026 for now.
Yeah, just to finish off the 2026, man, and give a shout out to the recruiting team, me and Funky and Bill Green, and everybody that's involved in that over on the Scoop message boards. Been on fire here lately. I did, however, predict Kevin Brown to be a Buckeye. That's a big miss right there. Not going to happen. He's signing sometime this week on the Pat McAfee show with West Virginia, North Carolina, and Ohio State on his list. Fully expect that one to be West Virginia. The Buckeyes got 5 in the class already. And I will tell you, they're not done in the 26 class either. They're just not. I expect a couple more commits, and then I also expect another flip, possibly 2, from names that are really not being talked about now, because the Buckeyes are making moves on these 2025 risers in their class. Drake Quinn was one of those as well. We told you they want to make sure their investments are worth it. They sat back, watched Drake Quinn's senior film, and he jumped clear up the board for them, and they went hard for him. and they got him. They did not want him going taking other visits. They accomplished that goal. That's not what Ohio State normally does, man. They don't push for commitments on visits like they're doing right now. But like I said, took the training wheels off, and these Buckeyes are scooting along. But Funky, like you said, not just the 26 class and the 27 class right now. We sit third in the nation with Jameer Brown, Brady Edmonds, Kellen Weimer, Mason Wilt, Angelo Smith. Just signed another one. Eli Johnson, the number 82 player nationally, number 8 safety. Big friend of the Buckeye boys. You saw him on there, on here. I'm going to get him on again. When we did that interview, I knew he was a Buckeye. Hopefully you guys didn't know that. I was trying to not make it that obvious, but absolute perfect fit for the Buckeyes. And they had a loaded 27 roster coming in for this UCLA game as well. Funky, do you want me to go over a few of the names, or do you want to start off in the 27 class? Hey, you
So
know what, Funky? You got to back up and tell me about CJ.
yeah, I was literally about to say that. I was like, I completely forgot to talk about CJ.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, CJ. I was about to say that. CJ, I mean, the number one recruit in Florida's class, a top 75 player in the nation. Or I don't think I know the top 75 player in the nation,
Yeah.
one of the top cornerbacks in the nation, and he's not just a good football player. I mean, he is one of the fastest runners in the entire country, over 100 meters. If you thought Legend Bay was fast, this kid, respectfully to Legend Bay, because Legend Bay is fast and legit fast and very twitchy. Legend Bay's got Ted Ginn speed, but CJ, he would make Ted Ginn almost look slow. I mean, CJ's speed is comparable to the NFL, and him and Tyreek Hill probably very much similar on their speed levels for their grade. I posted this on the message board today. If CJ was on Ohio State's men's track team, he would be the fastest 100-meter sprinter on the team if you use his junior year times. And it wasn't a one-off time either. You can look at all his times. He has about 10 times that are extremely fast. He ran like 10-3, 10-3-1, 10-3-4, 10-3-9, 10-3-4, and then he's like one run of 10-2-2 with a headwind of 3, which is just barely over the legal limit. So he's really, really fast. At Ohio State, he'll probably gain 20 pounds, so he'll probably get a little slower because he's almost too fast for his own good. But he's legit. Like he would make 10 Ginn look slow. He would if they raced a 100-meter race and 10 Ginn ran his PR and this kid ran his PR, he would dust him like by a lot. Like it wouldn't be close. Like Ted Ginn had D1 level speed. This kid has national champion level speed and on the track level, not the college level, or you know what I mean, on the track, national champ track speed, not so it'd be crazy. So I'm excited to watch him. I mean, he'd probably be returning kicks for us because we think Lorenzo Styles is currently the fastest player on the team, and CJ is much faster than Lorenzo. And Lorenzo's, clearly got wheels. We saw him just return a kick for a touchdown. So just kids, we haven't really talked about that much because I didn't even know he ran track. But I heard he was fast, so I looked up his track times, and I was like, wait, this is unreal. This is genuinely unreal. So he's a little small, and he's definitely going to gain weight, which will make him, probably a little slower because I think he only weighs 170 pounds right now, which is, dang near what I weigh. Or not actually, but, kind of closer than I would like to think for a football player. But very excited about this possible flip, and you and the bank both predicted this a while ago, and then seems like the national media caught up to you guys, so it's looking like the Buckeyes are gonna get this flipped on. It should be soon enough. The edit monkey seems like it's been made, so I'm very, very, very excited to have him part of the class because he's a legit star, and he's arguably better than any cornerback we have right now. Arguably, but our cornerback class went from a weakness to probably the best class in the country. So there's no other class that has 3 top 100 cornerback commits. So yeah, it's a good day to be a Buckeye, and kudos to OG Walt.
Yeah, Coach Walt, absolutely tearing it up. But yeah, shout out Low Styles. First time in 15 years, Buckeyes run a kickoff back. Absolutely love it, man. And yeah, you can see by CJ's film right here, it's not just track speed because you can be fast on a track and get on a football field and not quite look fast. Watch his film. I pulled it up for you guys so you guys can see it. And yes, my sources in Florida feel pretty strongly that this kid's going to end up a Buckeye. So stay tuned there. We'll see. But like we said, the 27 class is off to a good start as well with Jameer Brown in the fold, Brady Edmonds, Eli Johnson got added in there. But we got a couple other crystal balls for some guys in the 27 class, picked up a lot of momentum. Just want to touch on a few of them. Funky has some really good information on a couple of them. The first one I want to pull up is Abram Sesse, the number 35 player in the nation, the number 6 defensive end. I'm going to get his highlights pulled up as well so we can watch them. Funky, I know you got some information today on him. He's a pretty big time player, essentially on that 5-star status type. What do you got on Abram Sesse from the 2027 class defensive end?
Yeah, I mean, this 6'5" kid with super lengthy kid, extreme burst off the line, one of the top edge players in the entire class. I mean, exactly what Ohio State's looking for from a prospect. I mean, Ohio State pass rushers and exactly what you'd want from a defensive end. He's on the top of Ohio State's board for edge recruits, which fans a lot of. And they're the guys taken in the first 2 picks of the draft. Just like this year, Arvell Reese, you can argue he's almost an edge. So those guys are taken high in the draft for a reason. So I feel really confident about his chances to become a Buckeye. Am I still here, Devin? Sorry, I gotta.
Yeah. You are
Okay, yeah.
you're breaking up just a little bit, but we can still hear you though.
Okay, sorry, I'm not. I just got like a. That's what's up. Sorry, the college Wi-Fi not the best, but I feel really good. High 4-star, pretty much a 5-star kid. He'll end up a 5-star kid by the end of it. Oh, is my mic really screwing up that bad? Dang it.
You're good
But
now.
yeah, I really like Ohio State's chances for the. I really like Ohio State's chances for the kid, and I've put in my prediction for him, and I think he can flip sooner than we think, and he'll be one of the key additions. 5-star kid, defensive line that is going to build this class. This 2027 class is going to be special, and I'm excited to watch it develop and really live it in real time. Because we're going to have 10. So it's going to be exciting time, and there's going to be a few commits coming. I feel like I know you're going to bring up.
Yeah, Funky. We're not done there. Like I said, the momentum is very strong in this 2027 class right now. I do have another. I'm going to see. I got pulled up. Oh, yeah. So this one, I got some good information on this one as well. This guy's going to end up a Buckeye. Funky, I believe, got some better information today on him. Some more definite information. I want to pull this guy up. He's the number 2 tight end in the 27 class. He's in the Buckeyes' eyes, he's number 1, the number 1 tight end, the number 37 player nationally. Brock Williams out of the 27 class. Brady Edmonds has been trying to recruit him very hard. He was there this weekend. Funky, and then so what you got on Brock? We'll hit Brock and we'll move on to a couple more.
Yeah, I was close to pulling the trigger of a prediction last night. I texted Devin. I was like, I got really good information, but I think I'm gonna hold it to Monday. I'm gonna hold it. I literally told that in a group chat. And I was like, I'm gonna hold it to Monday. I'm gonna make a big article. But then I got even better information just recently, or about 3-4 hours ago, and I pulled the trigger and I made it. Put the equal sign for him to become a Buckeye. He's been Ohio State's number 1 priority at tight end for 2 to 3 years at this point. He's been Keenan Bailey's favorite tight end that he's ever recruited, and a really good friend of Brady Edmonds. So kudos to Brady Edmonds for really making this. Him and Brock were side by side the entire time at the game Saturday, and Brady actually made the effort to when he went to Ohio State for a. He's been to a few games this year, but he made the effort to get in on like a red eye so he can go to Brock Williams' like high school game before. No, it was Jameer Brown's. Oh, dang it. So it's not as cool, but he went to Jameer Brown's game. That shows how good of a teammate Brady is and how much of a team first player he is for someone who's been making just such a lasting impact on this Ohio State's class. It is a brotherhood, and it really does start with. I mean, it starts with a team, but it trickles down to who you recruit. And if you recruit good characters, then more people want to be a part of that. And it's a real big team aspect. So kudos to Brady and kudos to really the entire staff because they knocked it out of the park on his visit. They knocked it out of the park for all these kids' visits. And that's why we're seeing such a high success rate of kids committing now. There's a reason because they can feel it. If me and you know it and the players know it, then best believe the recruits know it. So Brock Williams is going to be a Buckeye. He's going to commit to the Buckeyes. I can see this one popping sooner than we once thought. He still has visits scheduled, but we'll see what happens with those visits. I would not be shocked if he shuts down his entire recruitment process, which would be amazing get, and probably the best tight end we've gotten since Jeremy Ruckert.
Yeah, Brock is very open that once he finds his school, he's committing. He's not going to try to take all these official visits and visits elsewhere till he decides. If he goes to a school and feels it's it, he's going to commit. He's been very open about that. But listen, we're not going to talk about all the 2027 guys, but we're going to hit on two more that we're feeling really strong with the Buckeyes on. I already told you about one last week, Brody McNeil. Funky had some good information there. The number 5 interior offensive lineman in the 27 class, still holding strong for the Buckeyes. And then the real big one, David Gabriel Georges, the number 14 player nationally. He's a top 10 player in the class, but the number 2 running back just under Keemon Spiel on some sites. On other sites, he's the number 1, but got a real good feel for both of those players in the 27 class. Funky, what do you got on both those guys?
So you're breaking up there. Can you repeat the names one more time? Sorry.
David Gabriel Georges and Brody McNeil.
Oh yeah, sweet. Let's start with DGG, my favorite recruit in the class of 2027. So I'm gonna put it out there. The star running back plays at Tennessee at a prep school, but lives in Canada, but goes to a prep school in Tennessee. So I mean, he's gonna be down to a final 2 of Ohio State, Tennessee, and I got word that there's a contract that on the table that Ohio State and DGG and his family, his recruitment, his people that are surrounding him, his circle, softly softly agree on, and it's very, very enticing. And Ohio State is going all in on a running back for the class of 2027. There's no one else they rather in the country than DGG. Him and Keon Spell are 2 of the best running backs that we've seen in a while, but DDG is on a notch above, pedestal on his own, and that feeling is very mutual. And I got the confidence that I was able to put in my official prediction. Equal sign DGG equal sign Buckeyes. So I feel very, very good about it, and I'd be shocked this is going to happen in the springtime. That's per Coach Locke. Coach Locke wants to finish the 2026 class, give the 2026 class their flowers, and then go, get everything done, get all the paperwork done, get all the official stuff done with him in early spring 2027. So post a national championship run, and I really look forward to him because he's ridiculous. And this guy will be he'll be fighting for playing time year 1 out here at Ohio State, and it's gonna be hard to keep him off the field. He's got, next level speed, next level agility, next level, just a beast, just an absolute beast. And I can't wait for him to hopefully become a Buckeye next year. But still, it just feels weird, like being this confident about a running back commit, especially one that's going to come down to Ohio State and Tennessee. But the information it's too good not to report on them, and it's too good not to feel this confident about it. So I'm very excited for it, and I'm very confident he's going to DGG. I'm trying not to give away too much, but let's just say I feel very, 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 very confident. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, DDG is a Buckeye. Yeah, like I said, there are several other guys that we could bring up and talk about tonight. Monsoon Sales, Dakota Grant. I mean, several other wide receivers, obviously, offensive linemen, defensive linemen. But those are the guys in the 2027 class that we have recently got some new information on that we feel really good about. This 2026 class is moving and steaming right along. We have 27 commits right now. I predict the class will end up with 30. Funky, how many? What do you predict, man? What do you predict this 26 class ends at? How many? 31, 32, 30? Where you at?
I was thinking 29. We have 26 right now?
27 right now.
Oh, 27 right now. Oh, wait, right. I think 20, no, I think 29. I think 29 will be but that's been going up. I think my original statement was what, 27 or 28. So I think we
Yeah.
end up with 29 and end up the fifth or fourth ranked class in the country. The only three that I think will be ahead of us for sure, or like not for sure, but very confidently saying it would be Georgia, Bama, USC. So I think we'll end in the rankings fourth or fifth, but fourth or fifth is literally just as good as one or two. And so they're all so close. There's no one that has a class that I'm like there's no one's class that I would take over ours in the country, and that's a yeah. That's honest truth. I trust our program that much.
Yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
we'll end fifth.
Yeah, because
Sorry,
essentially
you can
we
go.
got picks in for CJ and Braxton Rambert to be Buckeyes as well. I feel very strongly about both those guys being Buckeyes. When we sign those two, that's going to take us up to 29, and it's going to take us up to the number 5 class in the nation. So we'll see, obviously, some of these other top classes, some people are going to decommit from, and some other additions. There's going to be some changing up. But again, like Funky said, I don't care about these rankings. This Buckeye class is turning into the real deal. The Buckeyes on the field absolutely dominating. That is why this recruiting is going so well for the Buckeyes. They won a national title, but I'm seeing more and more that recruits care about what you're doing on the field this year, what you're doing right now. These 26 recruits, they're watching it big time. And that's where this momentum is coming from, because the national media might say that we haven't played anybody and we're not sure what kind of team this Buckeye team is, yada, 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 whatever wildness they're coming up with. The people that actually know football, like actually seriously know it, are the people that play it, which are these players. Okay. And they're committing to the Buckeyes. Big time players are doing it. They see what the Buckeyes are doing, they see what Matt Patricia's doing. They see Julian Sands there, what we're doing with quarterbacks, the whole thing, man. So Ryan Day, I mean, shout out to him and what he's got going on. This is there's really nothing to complain about, Buckeye Nation. I mean, we'll always find something. But with what Ryan Day is doing, look around the nation. I mean, Alabama going down. I mean, just look at it. Look at the how some of these other programs are handling nil and the transfer portal, and look at their culture and look at the issues they have on and off the field, and then look at us, man. It's blessed to be Buckeyes. Let's sit back, right? Let's enjoy this moment. Enjoy it, because we are in rare air, right? We're in an argument of who's going first, who's going to be the first or second draft pick, Julian Sand or Jeremiah Smith. They're going to go 1 and 2. But who's going to be 1 and who's going to be 2? They're both Buckeyes. So that puts us in rare air right there with Matt Patricia. I mean, so many things we can talk about, but stay tuned. Hit that alert bell. Got Brady Edmonds coming on the show tomorrow. Got Brock Williams going to be joining us sometime this week as well. And here on the Buckeye Boys and the Scoop channel, that's what we do. We get these guys on here so you can hear from them yourself. Going to get Eli Johnson back on as well, so we can have a little more open conversation about. Sorry, dude. Troy threw me off in the chat. He said, Dev, did Dev just in a roundabout way say that Ryan Day is like Stacy's mom? He's got it going on. Troy, I did. Ryan Day is Stacy's mom right now of college football. So I like that, Troy. That's a good one. But yeah, uh, you know, these injuries with JJ and with Carnell, everybody take a chill pill, relax. Everything is fine. Buckeyes in good health right now, good standing. We're just being precaution, just a precaution. We don't need those guys out there for Rutgers. This is a loaded team. So a lot of momentum, man. I feel like we say the same thing every single show. Got Rutgers coming up, then got the game. Then it's time for the Big Ten title game, which I hope we win, but more importantly, I hope there are no injuries. If JJ Smith is limping at all, I don't want him playing in the Big Ten title game. If Sayan is a little bit tired that day, I want him sitting in the Big Ten title game. And yes, I know that's going to hurt the Heisman, but I'm just telling you, that's where the Big Ten title game stands for me. I don't. The only reason I want us to win is to shut Indiana fans up because they get a little bit annoying from time to time, but I'm sure I get annoying from time to time as a Ohio State fan as well. Funky, closing thoughts. What? No, never mind. Super chat's Funky. Mark, thanks for becoming a new member. Mark, again, thanks for the $1.99. Mark, was there something in there? Mark, if you're still in the chat, let me know. Thanks for $1.99, but I don't see anything in your super chat. Funky, any closing thoughts or statements?
Yeah, I mean, thanks, Mark, for becoming a member as well. Appreciate that. Scoop Ultra members, you can do that. Appreciate everything goes to pay it forward, even the Scoop Ultra memberships. So appreciate you guys for helping the troops out as well, and the police officers, the military, and just closing words is I want to win the 11th game, and then after that, don't really like. I truly don't really like. I truly don't really care. To be honest with you, Dev, I
Yeah,
really don't until the playoffs. Like the Big Ten championship game to me on a scale 1 to 10 is like a two, 2 or 3.
I feel you.
I I just don't. I truly don't care. So if we get this 11th win this Saturday, then we're playing with house money and just avoid injuries and then let it rip in the playoffs. Just let it rip in the playoffs. You got to win. You got to win the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals. You got to win 3 playoff games, no matter what. So that's what my mind is focused on. If I want to take a loss, I want it to come, in these next 3 weeks. I want to lose. If we got to take a loss, which might even be helpful, I want it to come in these next 3 weeks, and it wouldn't bother me at all because the only loss that would bother me is the playoff loss. So I look forward to hopefully watching the Buckeyes in the playoffs. We've got to get business done this weekend for Rutgers as 32-point favorites. But hey, I'm not going to take any win for granted. So I'll be watching and be nervous until we're up 14, and then I'll relax a little bit. But thanks for having me on, Devin. It's the best time, literally of all time, to be a Buckeye fan, and this is the greatest chance we have at going back, maybe of all time, definitely in my lifetime, and dare I say, best chance we ever had to three-peat with our quarterback in Jeremiah Smith returning next year, probably. So great time to be a Buckeye fan, and thank you guys for being here. We had a killer show before this with B. Moses in Nevada. Killer show right now talking about recruiting. So we're killing it. And if you guys want to join us, join BuckeyeScoop.com for about like 20 to 30 cents a day. And it's just nonstop entertainment. I mean, I'm on there way too much for my own good. I don't even have to be on there that much, but I do it because I really like it. So I do love it. So many good, even more insiders in there that we can't even talk about on the stream. We have the Oracle, the helping technician. I mean, real people within the Woody Hayes on our board. So blessed to have them there, and they write some killer stuff, and it's just a great place to be on the board. So if you can join it, 30 cents a day, definitely worth it, and it helps everyone out and makes it so we can keep doing this. So I appreciate you guys for being here, and thanks for having me, Devin.
Yeah, it's awesome to see our cheater neighbors up north as well pay $13 million for 2 interceptions in the second half and have to skate out a Northwestern win with a field goal kick. One of the worst teams in the Big Ten. They shouldn't even be able to be associated with Ohio State's name anymore. That's me and Funky had this conversation. He brought it up. It's the only thing that makes them relevant at all in college football in this point in time is the fact that they paid $13 million for a quarterback, and the fact that they're supposed to be Ohio State's rival. but they spit in the face of the game. And now karma is turning around and then biting them right in the gonads because they're not going to make the playoffs, regardless of what happens. They ain't going to get in there. But on that note, guys, we appreciate you guys for watching, the super chats, the support. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you
Wait, one
tomorrow.
more
Go
thing, David.
Buckeyes.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wait, one more thing. One more thing. While the Buckeye, if you want to watch something on ESPN2 right now, Buckeye Wrestling in the dual meet national championship right now. The Buckeyes are looking really, really good to clinch the dual meet national championships in Oklahoma. Really good. We're up 21-6 with 3 matches left. Matches 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 3 matches left, up 15 points. So looking really, really, really good. They're in OT right now. We need one more victory to clinch it all. So if you're not doing anything right now, ESPN2, watch your Buckeyes hopefully clinch a wrestling national championship or dual meet national championship. So, but yeah, with that, Devin,
Yeah, yeah. All right, y'all. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Go Bucks. Peace out.